So I'm Andrew Johnson from Brainard Strategy, and we were nominated for a small consulting firm in the leadership space, and we actually won the award just the previous night. And what we were nominated and awarded for was our program Accelerate. And what our program Accelerate is a leadership development program that's directed toward the director level and vice president level of the organization. The way it was created was, number one, we've been in the leadership space since 2007, but also we began to listen to our clients in a number of ways, and they began to tell us that while they have leadership development within their organization, they have it at the supervisor level, they have it at the management level, but where it goes to the director and vice president level, they didn't really have anything. The other part of the conversation was, look, we have leadership development nowhere because the executive team doesn't really believe in leadership development. So we saw an opportunity as a firm that if we're going to have an impact or we're going to make impact on organizations and really bring leadership development to the forefront of these organizations, we got to attack at the executive level. So what Accelerate is it's a multi-modality, peer-to-peer, cohort-based executive development program for your organization. And the three modalities that we leverage in Accelerate, number one is Instructor-Led facilitated sessions. So within the program, there are 6 facilitated modules that are run through the entire program that are based on your leadership competencies within your organization. What we found with executives, though, is that they don't necessarily want to learn from a subject matter expert at the front of the room. They want to learn from one another. So these facilitated led sessions really take into account peer-to-peer learning and experiential exercises where they have pre-work and post-work that they have to continue the momentum, not just go to one training for the day, so that we can continue the momentum throughout the entire year. And just as an example of this, our first module is developing your executive brand or your executive presence. And each of the leaders, before they go into the program, will take a variety of assessments, including a 360, a customized 360, so they get a perspective of their own self-awareness, and they get an idea of how they come across as a leader and how they want to come across as a leader. And they're doing that within a format with each other. Out of that day, the facilitated day, they take a development plan that they'll begin to articulate that will evolve throughout the entire year as more leadership gaps come up and more strengths that they see as potential leverages as a leader. Sitting on top of all of this is the online platform that we created to reinforce the learnings of each of those days. On this online platform, they have a discussion board that they can continue the conversation outside of the training room, but also we can augment the learning with podcasts, videos, white papers. These are busy executives. These are people that don't have a lot of time, but they have it right there on their phone, or they have it right there on the internet when they get up, and they can have a discussion with one of their peers even though they're not inside of the room. The third modality that we leverage are the action learning projects. We partner with you as a client to determine what your strategic objectives are for that year, and we take mission critical objectives that you can begin to learn with one another and use one another through this program, that at the end of the program you present to the executive board or the executive team, so you're demonstrating what kind of learning you went through. With those strategic objectives, just as an example, one of our clients had recently gone through a merger and acquisition. And they wanted to do lessons learned from that merger and acquisition so that they can do more due diligence for the next merger and acquisition. So you're taking information and training and leadership development competencies and you're making it about their role and at the end of the day about their work, and it makes it meaningful. So Accelerate, a multimodality, cohort-based program, and we found that we can impact the leadership team not only at the individual level, but also at the team level, because now you have them going through this with one another and they're communicating with one another. You're breaking down silos, but also you begin to see the importance of leadership development within the entire organization, and you can cascade it and put it within the fabric of your culture. And that's how the impact of Accelerate's been happening.